So welcome everybody to today's online seminar studying mathematics and data science in Saxony. My name is Josef Goldberger. I'm actually working in Taiwan, and here I'm heading the Saxon Science Liaison Office Taiwan, which was established in September 19th in 2023. So a little bit, almost 3 years already. My institution is established by the German SMWK, the Saxon SMWK, the Science Ministry of the Free State of Saxony. And the office is operated by the TU Dresden. So I personally have a working contract with the TU Dresden. It's one of the universities in the Free State of Saxony. But I'm not only representing TU Dresden here in Taiwan, but also all the other universities and research institutions. Just like my office, there's already a couple of other offices established in other countries around the world. And I also cooperated with them to promote today's event. I'm especially happy to, besides having many Taiwanese students attending today's events, also having many students from India. Hi to India. Having many students from India attending today's event. Okay, some of you might now actually wonder, where is Saxony? What is Saxony? Saxony is one of the states in Germany. It's called the Free State of Saxony, one of 16 states. And we call it a research state or a science state, because as a matter of fact, the density of research institutions is extremely high in the Free State of Saxony. In Saxony, we have 22 different universities. Another map. 22 different universities. Some of them are comprehensive universities, others are universities of applied sciences. Basically, the difference between comprehensive universities tend to be larger, and they have a wider scale of different subjects they teach. So they can teach natural sciences, engineering, but also humanities, social sciences. Universities of applied sciences, they tend to be smaller institutions, and usually they are much closer collaborating with local industries and more focused usually on teaching economic studies and engineering studies. Of course, in Saxony, it's also a state of culture, so we have arts and music colleges and so on. Most universities in Saxony are actually state universities. Not private universities, public universities. And the good thing for you is, you'll soon probably find out in the other talks by the other professors, you do not pay tuition fee in public universities, state universities. We have 67 or probably even more now already non-university research institutions. This is an extremely high number. Germany calls some of the most world-renowned research institutions its own, just like you maybe have heard of Max Planck Society, Leibniz Association, Fraunhofer Society, Helmholtz Centers, etc. And they established 67 different research institutions. That's especially great news if you are actually curious about research and if you're considering to do a PhD in Germany, if you are thinking about doing some postdoc research in Germany. So there's many options to also work in these research institutions. But of course, Saxony also evolved very elaborate high-tech industry, and we have many private companies in Saxony. Here you see the different map representing the supposed 3 speakers today. So we have Professor Reiter, who is going to introduce mathematics studies at Chemnitz University of Technology. So this would be one of these so-called comprehensive universities. And in comparison to that, we invited University of Applied Sciences Zwickau, Professor Espig, to represent their mathematics studies at University of Applied Sciences in Zwickau. Unfortunately, on short notice, SAP Pioneer cannot attend today's meeting, but we could win over Ms. Sophie Oelsch to give you an introduction on general working opportunities and the situation of entering the job market, especially as an international student in Saxony. So I think we have a very, very great replacement for the report of Mr. Kohnle, who would have represented SAP Pioneer. I would like to point out that if you plan to study in Saxony, you also could consider to apply for scholarships. There's a couple of different scholarships programs. On national level, the most important scholarship organization would be the DAAD. Always check out the DAAD scholarship webpage if there's a program. And then there's also specific programs in Saxony. So for example, we are offering scholarships within the Saxon Student Mobility Program. The next call will probably be in August this year. So this would be a way to make it easier for you to transfer to Saxony and start your studies in Saxony. And if you can prove yourself as a successful, very good student by showing good grades, you also later on can apply for the Georgius Agricola Scholarship. Okay, the same information in Chinese for the Taiwanese students who are attending today's webinar. This is my contact information and also the contact information of the office in India. As we have many attendees from India, you also can, if you have more questions, you can contact the office in India and directly ask them about your direct track to Saxony. Thank you very much. I would like now to hand over to Professor Reiter, who is going to introduce you to study opportunities in Chemnitz.
Yeah, thank you very much for the kind introduction and for the opportunity to present here our programs. I'm just need to share my screen.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So at the Faculty of Mathematics at Chemnitz University of Technology, we offer a number of bachelor and master degree programs. Partially those are jointly organized with other departments. And in the field of bachelors, we have a program on mathematics in finance and business. But these are currently offered in German. So what would be here interesting for you, if you're interested in a bachelor's program, is our recently new opened, international program, Foundations in Data Science. And in the master's department, we have a program, Advanced and Computational Mathematics, which is also tailored for international participants. Our data science program is currently officially offered in German, but as I'll explain to you in a minute, you can choose here in Advanced and Computational Mathematics the option data science, and then you are essentially only attending classes that would also be then relevant for the data science program. Okay, so let's in general just shortly focus on the relation of mathematics and data science. We just decided to ask ChatGPT for an answer and we fully agree that AE actually thrives on mathematics, because mathematics is the language of logic, patterns, and precision. And every AI breakthrough is fundamentally built on mathematics. So this is the reason why we decided to set up a program here which highlights the foundations which are required for data science, for AI, for machine learning. And what is special about our program is certainly the strong background in mathematics. We train specialists in these high demanded fields. And as I've already pointed out, we focus on theoretical principles while at the same time not neglecting practical applications. This bachelor's program attracts both international students and also is open to participants from Germany. So you have a mix of incoming students and locals. And of course, the focus is on giving all participants the opportunity to integrate into our regional job market in Saxony and certainly also abroad. As I already pointed out, we connect local and international students, and those who are graduating from our bachelor's program then have either the opportunity to go to the job market and work in industry, or enroll in this data science section of our international master's program. Social integration is an important factor for internationals, so we are working together with the International Office of the University, the Center of Foreign Languages, and also of the Student Council for Mathematics, which is run by mathematics students. So you have a low-level point of integrating to the university and to the city of Chemnitz. Here are course schedule, and you see that in particular we lay an emphasis on learning languages. We are not required to have any pre-knowledge in German. Of course, you need to know English, but for German, you don't need any prerequisite. And then starting from the very first semester on, you'll attend language classes and get at the end of the program a decent knowledge in German, which should enable you also to apply at the German job market. First semester classes are mainly offered in hybrid mode. So in case there should be any issue with visa, for instance, then you don't lose time. You can start studying from the very first lesson on, and after one semester, you should at least arrive in Germany at Chemnitz. You see that there is a substantial part in mathematics. We have here this class, Mathematics and Science and Engineering. We have additional classes in mathematical training, mathematical modeling. And here in the 5th and 6th semester, you have then the option of choosing among a large number of classes. At the same time, we start with more specialized classes that focus in on, for instance, machine learning and statistical modeling from the very beginning. So let me now briefly tell you something about our master's program, Advanced in Computational Mathematics. Here, we also combine rigorous theoretical foundations with modern computational methods. And as for the bachelor's program, we prepare for work in industry or research For instance, you can do a PhD once you have graduated, for instance, at our institute. And at the same time, we focus on real-world problems and go behind academic challenges. We would like to train you to unlock your full potential and get, as pointed out, a successful career, both in academia or in applied work and field. And the foundations for this is certainly mathematics, which is, as I said earlier, the actual fundament behind all new scientific innovation. So the master's program is 4 semesters, and you gain a total of 120 credit points. The degree is Master of Science, and you need to have a bachelor's in mathematics, or at least a closely related field. In general engineering should be possible, but if you need more information on that, then please be in touch with me. And of the 3 specialization tracks that we offer here, maybe data science is most interesting to you, but we also offer specialization in advanced pure mathematics or computational mathematics. And we offer also language classes here, not only in the bachelor's program, so you can apply for our international master without any pre-knowledge in German. The first semester contains a leveling up class, which is completely done in online, and then you're supposed to attend 3 basic classes in all of these fields: advanced pure mathematics, computational mathematics, and data science. So in general, you can only focus on data science, but here you need to attend 1 class from these 2 other fields. But you can still have some choice, which then is also interesting and relevant from the data science perspective. For instance, numerical linear algebra or stochastic processes. And then in the 2nd and 3rd semester, you really specialize. So for instance, if you choose the specialization option data science, then you attend classes on machine learning, uncertainty quantification, or matrix methods. There's also a graduate seminar on modeling, and then you have the opportunity to attend language classes. At least the level of A2 should be then reached, and in the last semester you can concentrate on writing the master's thesis. Here we have a short overview. Again, in the 1st semester, you have this online class and 3 basic classes. In the next 2 semesters, you can really specialize. You may attend a seminar in the 3rd semester, and then language classes, as pointed out before. But the real emphasis here is on attending a number of classes from your specialization field, for instance, data science. Then you can really put here a strong emphasis on data science. And this would then, including the master's thesis, be what you actually do in your study program. Let me briefly advertise here my faculty. So we have several colleagues who have won awards because of their teaching. For instance, my colleague Daniel Potts just launched our e-learning concept here for our department, which is then also used in our programs. And Professor Schichmann wrote a book on mathematical foundations in big data analytics. Professor Stoll actually set up our data science master's program, and you see that you can essentially benefit from this design as when choosing the data science specialization in our international masters. And Professor Ulrich had launched a new concept for beginning classes in calculus. If you have any other questions, you can ask me later today, or you can also contact me via email. Here's my contact data, and thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Professor Reiter. So Professor Reiter is also representing Technical University of Chemnitz, one of the very famous research-oriented universities, research universities in Saxony, in the industrial heart of Saxony. Now I would like to hand over to Professor Espig from Zwickau, another very important industrial city. People who know about automotive know that actually German car industry started in Zwickau. But now we are talking about mathematics, Professor Espig.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Espig. I'm a professor at the West Saxony University of Applied Science in Zwickau in Germany. And I'm the founding director of the Data Science Research Group here in Zwickau. For me, it's a great pleasure to be here with you today. And in the next 10 minutes, I would like to show you what studying data science in Zwickau really means and why it might be the right choice for you. First of all, dear students from Taiwan, we are very truly delighted to have you here and with us and share our experience with data science together with you and our experience with our students here in Zwickau. Let me say a few words about who we are. We are located in Zwickau in the federal state of Saxony in East Germany, about 200 kilometers south of Berlin. Our university is called West Saxon University of Applied Science, in short WHZ. We have more than 120 years of science and research tradition, especially in engineering. And today we have around 3,000 students from around the world in 8 faculties. We stand for innovation, engineering, applied science, small groups, and hand-on learning. And just as you know, Zwickau is also the birthplace of Audi and home of the town where the famous composer Robert Schumann was born and lived. It's really, if you visit Saxony, it's really a pleasure to visit the Museum of Automotive from Audi, the Horch Museum. It's very, I really can recommend it. And I'm spending maybe twice a year, a day together with my son and have a look at these very old and famous old-timers and cars. It's very, truly can recommend you to visit this museum here in Zwickau. It's really amazing. Why study data science here in Zwickau? Let me give you 2 answers from people much more famous than me. Already in 2017, the British magazine The Economics wrote, "The world's most valuable resource is no longer oil, but data." Think about it. Every smartphone, every car, every camera, every web shop produces data every second, petabytes of new data. But this raw data also has no value. Someone has to turn this data into insights, decision, and intelligent products. And those people are called data scientists. That's also why the Harvard Business Review called data scientists the sexiest job of the 21st century. Data scientists together today are among the most demanded and best paid professionals in the world. And the demand keeps on growing everywhere. So what is data science exactly? Data science is an interdisciplinary science. That means it combines 3 different worlds. The first world is mathematics, the language of patterns, statistics, linear algebra, and optimization. This is how we describe the world with numbers. The second world, or place or cycle, this is the world of computer science. The power of process, programming, algorithm, databases, big data, and systems. This is how we make computer actually do something with the data. The last cycle, this is the world of application domain. The questions worth asking. This can be medicine, mobility, retail, industry, finance, and many fields more, where data is collected. Now, have a look at the intersections. Mathematics combines with computer science gives us machine learning. Mathematics combines with application domain gives us modeling. And computer science, if we combine this with application domain, gives us engineering, building real systems. And in the very center where all 3 worlds meet, we find data science. And, or as we like to say, data science is where curiosity meets technology. Let's talk about how we teach data science here in Zwickau. Our study is separated into 3 parts. From the 1st to the 4th semester, the foundation is established. From the very first day, you work with real life data. You learn programming, mathematics, and the basics of machine learning and artificial intelligence. In the 6th semester, this is the practice semester. You can go into the real world. You do your internship in industry, and yes, this can also be abroad. Many of our students do their internship semester with very strong companies. For example, Volkswagen Sachsen, Porsche Leipzig, Porsche Werkzeugbau in Schwarzenberg, or Bosch in Renningen, IBM, Germany, Cosma, and many more. In the last part, from the 6th to the 7th semester, these are the semesters of specialization. You choose your own electives. You write your bachelor thesis, and then you graduate as a Bachelor of Science in Data Science. There are 2 more important things to say here. We are hands-on from day 1. Real data, Python, PyTorch, Hugging Face. We even have our own GPU cluster that students can use from the very first day in all their projects. We teach the most modern of AI, deep learning, transformers, generative AI. We even have built our own large language model, DSRG GPT, and we work on agentic programming since the 2nd semester of our students. This is the next big step in AI. And finally, this is a bachelor's science, 7 semesters, and there are no tuition fees in Germany. You only pay a small contribution that already includes your public transfer ticket. the living cost in Zwickau is extreme low compared to other cities in Germany. Excellence in action. At the Data Mining Cup in 2002, these two of our students, Moritz Schwab and Max Wurzler, both are studying data science in Zwickau and both are members of the Data Science Research Group. In 2022, they took part at the International Data Mining Cup, the largest international student competition in data mining. The task was to predict the buyer behavior of customers in an online shop using machine learning techniques. And listen carefully, among 78 teams from 59 universities in 23 different countries, they finished second place. They built a custom neural network and clever feature engineering and worked on our own AI infrastructure and I had the great honor to be their mentor. For us, this was not just a competition. It was a clear proof that our program really works and that students from a small university in East Germany can compete among the students around the world and even get very good results at this competition. So let me summarize. If you want to study data science and truly understand artificial intelligence, you can do this in the heart of Saxony in Germany. And you would do this together with some of the strongest companies in Germany. Our program is modern, it is hands-on, and it is taught in small groups with state-of-the-art methods. And the best part, there is no tuition fee. And the cost of living in Zwickau is extreme low. Dear students from Taiwan, we would be very happy to welcome you in Zwickau. Thank you very much for your attention and Shishi.
Professor Espig, thank you so much for your insights into data science studies in Zwickau. For sure, my greatest takeaway is that studying data science and mathematics obviously is the sexiest job in the 21st century. Take that to your heart. Now I would like to hand over to Miss Sophie Oelsch, who is going to introduce general job market conditions in Saxony, why your career is to happen in Saxony. So Sophie Oelsch, please go ahead.
So my name is Sophie Oelsch and I'm working at the University of Technology Chemnitz in the Department of the Career Service. And the Career Service is there to support German, but particularly international students during their journey from student to employee life. Just to give you a short overview about this department. And like Mr. Goldberger already told you, Mr. Kohnle is sick at the moment, and I'm trying to hop in and give a rough overview about the labor market chances in Saxony, because probably you won't just be here in Saxony to study, but also to gain work experience. So let's start. You already have seen a map about Saxony, where Saxony is located. Just here in short, Saxony is a very dynamic region with strong universities like in Chemnitz or in Zwickau, like you already heard. But Saxony is also a dynamic region and growing tech region, and it's particularly strong in manufacturing sectors. So I guess like the presentations of the professors had, you already know that Zwickau and Chemnitz are industrial locations in the past, but also today. So what you probably don't know yet is that Saxony already also has a living startup scenes. So new ideas grow in Saxony and have space to grow. So let me give you a short list of core competences of Chemnitz and Zwickau. So Chemnitz is very strong in the fields of mechanical engineering, automotive components, but also IT, material science, and creative industry. Zwickau, like Professor Espig already told you, is in the automotive supply very strong, but also engineering, IT, and logistics. So if these fields sound interesting for you, then probably Chemnitz and Zwickau should be a good place to study for you, but also to work. Labor market chances in Saxony. So you now know a rough overview which sectors, which fields do exist in Saxony, in particular in Chemnitz and Zwickau, but which staff, the companies, which staff they are looking for. Where is the labor shortage? And here's just a short list where employees are needed in Saxon companies, like in the area of advanced manufacturing, automation, data science, process optimization, AI, and many more. So here, companies are looking for you. So now is the question, how can you gain experience during your studies? I guess your daily agenda today is like a lot of lectures, a lot of experiments, whatever. But still, let me emphasize that work experience during your studies is crucial, is particularly important. And you have different options to gain this experience. For example, in a working student positions, like in companies, in the industry, in the economy. But you could also think about working as a student or a scientific assistant in the universities or in the research institutions like the Fraunhofer, Max Planck was already mentioned. This could also be a exciting position for you to gain experience during your study period. Internship. I guess Professor Espig already told this about internships, which are integrated in the study cycle. Great opportunity to gain experience. And also write a thesis with a company. Wow, this is very attractive. Yeah, maybe think about this. But also you can gain work experience about part-time jobs, full-time jobs. And please do not underestimate social engagement and volunteering. A lot of big companies, they told me that social engagement and volunteering is crucial to get a foot in the door to get a foot in the door in the companies. So maybe keep this in mind. And why do I emphasize again and again the importance of gaining work experience during your study time? There are a lot of advantages, like you get familiar with the German work culture. Why is this important? I guess you already heard about cultural differences in terms of communication styles. I probably guess a lot of you know that German communication is very direct, very honest, very on the point. And some other cultures are an indirect communication style. Hierarchy in Germany is also completely different. So if you gain experience, working experience at the beginning of your study, you get familiar with the German working style, which will be quite different from maybe the working style you know from your home country. So this is important. Also, if you gain experience at the pretty beginning of your study here in Saxony, it applies academic knowledge to industry. So practical experience. Yeah. German skills, also very crucial if you want to enter the job market in Saxony successfully. A lot of companies told me that a German level B2 to C1 is often required in order to speak with the colleagues, in order to speak with companies, in order to write reports and read reports. So if you gain working experience pretty early, you train your German skills. And yes, there are English-friendly jobs. They do exist, but they are rare, and there is a big competition. So a lot of international students will apply for these jobs. And believe me when I say that German improves your employability, it helps you integrate. Yeah? It helps you to integrate and to get in contact with people. And also, it shows your motivation. Before I started this job at the University of Technology in Chemnitz, I have been a HR manager myself for 6 years. And believe me when I say motivation is crucial. So show the HR manager that you do something else besides the studying. Here's just a short overview of some companies which are located in Chemnitz, but also in Zwickau and other Saxon states. ThyssenKrupp was already mentioned. Siemens is maybe also well known. IBM was already mentioned. Volkswagen, Sachsen, Comsa, SAP Pioneer, of course. So Fraunhofer Institutes. So I guess in terms of industry, economy, but also research, Saxony has a lot to offer for you to gain experience. And I thought maybe this could also be interesting for you, like which best practice cases do exist. Here are 3 examples of Shashank, of Vaipav, and of Alexandre. They have been mentees of myself, so I supported these 3 students in order to find internships for their study and to find a company for the master's thesis. So it is possible to gain experience. It is possible as an international student to catch a cool job. And yeah, I just want to give you this to inspire you and to give you good vibes in this topic. And who can help you in this regard? Like I told you, the career service is the best opportunity to get in contact with the local companies to get some advice about application documents. Here is the email address and the web address of the career service in Chemnitz. And I also made some research. Here are the colleagues of Zwickau. So just keep this in mind when you're here in Saxony and you have to find a part-time job or internship. The career service can support you, and I hope that it gives you just a rough overview which sectors do exist, which kind of staff is used, which company exists, and yeah, the good vibes. So thanks for your attention, and yeah, greetings.
Thank you so much, Sophie. Really, really great introduction to the job market. So now I would like to tell all the attendees, you have the chance to ask out your own questions in the chat. Just write them into the chat and I'll read them out. And I already collected some of your questions. I will try to ask our speakers to answer the questions. The first question I would like to answer myself, and it's kind of a repetitive question because I think all the speakers more or less already partially answered them. The question is referring to language requirements. With mathematics and data science, you are actually lucky. Not only are you studying the sexiest job in the 21st century, many mathematic programs and data science programs are taught in English. There is no or few German skills needed. My recommendation, nevertheless, would be that as soon as you decide that you want to proceed a study career, academic career in Germany, you start taking German classes. It will make your life so much easier. And when you study in Germany, even though your curriculum is completely English taught, the professors talk English, the students talk English, still continue studying German. Why is that? It just opens up so many more career opportunities. You can imagine, especially the more local companies, usually their working language still very often is German. So you just have much, much better chances on the work market. And then what's the point of studying Germany if you don't learn the language? So really, really also take the language into consideration. Scholarships, it's another question. There is many scholarships around. The most comprehensive database would be the scholarship database from DAAD. And then, of course, there's specific scholarships offered by the Free State of Saxony I mentioned before. Okay, and then I would like to ask Mr. Professor Reiter and then also Mr. Espig. One specific question is asking about short summer or short-term courses that you can pursue, like 1 or 2 months duration courses, summer schools, winter schools. Does your university offer such kind of programs? I'd like to start with Professor Reiter.
Yeah, thank you very much. So our classes in the program, of course, they are semester long. This is from October to February and from April to July. So in that direction, targeted at undergraduates, we do not currently offer shorter classes. There are nowadays special shorter classes, micro-credentials is the keyword, parts of them are in German only, and regarding data science, we have not yet set up a program in that direction. We have from time to time, of course, summer schools, workshops, but in general, they are more targeted to people who are already in the process of pursuing a PhD.
So, Professor Espig, does your institute, your faculty offer summer schools, short-term micro-credentials, anything like that?
Actually, it's the same situation as in Chemnitz in Zwickau. In summertime, we often have small courses from 1 to 3 weeks where you can get a certificate. I personally gave different ones in machine learning and in Python programming. Also very interesting for companies located here in West Saxony, but nothing special for student programs except for languages. So if you'd like to learn a language, German language and so on, there are summer courses. As far as I remember, it's about 6 weeks or so, but please, I'm not very sure about this. Because I'm not so deeply involved. I only hear this from foreign students, which we have adhered our course in data science, that they attempt in summertime a few weeks up to a month or a month and a half on these courses on German language. We have a lot of students from abroad. Typically, the half of the class comes from Germany and the other half is from around the world. And there we have from Egypt to India up to Pakistan, China. We have from Singapore students and from Malaysia. We have 2 students. So our course is already very international. And roughly speaking, the half of the students are not from Germany.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if there's an opportunity to take a short-term program, of course, that's a great opportunity to get a glimpse on Germany, to find out for yourself, maybe this country fits you or does not fit you. Maybe it's a good idea to proceed your studies there. So if there's the opportunity, just really, I highly recommend to take the kind of opportunity. The next two questions from the chat, I would like to answer myself. So one person from India, I suppose, is asking about 3 years bachelor's programs and if they're accepted for masters. As far as I know, they should be accepted. But Indian students, and please correct me, I'm not an expert on India, but Indian students, I think, have to go and apply via APS in India. So you have to do their exam in order to be admitted to studying in Germany. Please tell me if I'm not right on that information. But in general, if it's a regular bachelor's program, then a 3 years program will be accepted. The question I see is if programs, master programs in Germany are 1 year programs or 2 year programs. Generally, they are 2 year programs. Sometimes you will see so-called 1 year programs, but this is a little bit of a marketing trick. Because usually if you look precisely on these programs, their 1 year will not include the period of time you need for writing a master's thesis. And be aware, usually for your master's thesis, you already need about half a year of work. And very often these programs also require you to do an internship, which would be another half year. So suddenly this so-called 1 year program immediately turns out to be actually a 2 year program. There's basically no 1 year programs in Germany. That would be the British system. In England, you have 1 year programs, but in Germany, not really. Another question I already collected earlier on this, and I would like to ask Mr. Espig to try to answer, if you can. How does your program ensure students to stay updated with rapidly evolving fields like AI? So AI obviously is changing everything, and data science beyond traditional coursework. How do you react on all these new trends and new involvements in the field, Professor Espig?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So we implemented a special course. It's called Most Modern Methods in Data Science in our students program, where this course is built like a so-called seminar. So where students can collect modern topics in data science, and we work together in understanding these modern techniques. And at the end, every student gives a small talk about his topic and his or her topic. And that's why we always up to date. For example, in 2021, we already spoke about ChatGPT 3.0 here in our class, long time before the huge wave reached us. And in this semester, I have the honor to give this course again. The students talking about deep agents. So one of our students is very good, Elias. He gave a talk about he wrote an agent which is able to do these AI programming, vibe coding. And so we are really up to date. Students gave talks about GPT models, which they fine-tuned. And this is a very good opportunity. It takes part at the last part of your study in the 6th semester. And there you have already the knowledge and the experience to understand these techniques. And this is a good opportunity to learn how to understand modern technologies in our field, which is a skill very important in data science.
Okay, thank you so much. Professor, anything you would like to add? No. Okay, more general question from another student. His background seems to be mechanical engineering, but he's really, really interested in, well, in digital twins, smart manufacturing. So he would like to switch over from a bachelor's in mechanical engineering into a master's in mathematics. Would that be possible? And what kind of requirements do you have in order to make this transition possible? I would like to ask Professor Reiter first, and then maybe over to Professor Espig.
Yeah, so in general, this should be possible. Of course, I cannot make any too general statement here, but so it could be that we would ask the candidate when they arrive here at Chemnitz to attend 2 or 3 classes in mathematics to make up some material which would be really needed for our data science program. Of course, we would like our students to know the basics very well, otherwise this could lead to heavy problems. And but if the bachelor's program is in general recognized here for studying in Germany, then it should also be possible to switch to mathematics if you're willing to get a little bit more effort. But in general, we are open to people from different fields. For instance, for the data science program, we have even students who did their masters in psychology. So engineering should be the transition for engineers should be much smoother.
So basically, it depends on your current curricula and your experience. You might be asked to still take some courses from the bachelor programs because you never did them in your current curriculum, but basically you can transition into a master's program, even if you're from a different field. Anything, Professor Espig, you have to add on for this question?
Nothing more. Exactly your conclusion is absolutely right. We're trying to do everything possible, and if you're not fulfilling all the requirements, then you have to take extra courses.
Mm-hmm. So the very last question I would like to ask now, one student is asking you to imagine yourself being students again. And then if you would be studying data science or mathematics now, how would you focus in your studies to succeed in the science of data science? What would be your focus be now? Maybe Professor Espig?
This is a very good question. So, and to be honest, I posted this question to myself while planning this course of data science. And I have to be honest, in designing the program, I aim to create an experience I would have valued most as a student. And therefore, we here in Zwickau designed this course as we say would experience such a course and journey to learn this interesting field of data science and understanding AI, which motivates me every day to learn more about this interesting field, creating cooperations with industrial partners, working on projects. So we have now in this group, we have finished more than 80 projects together with the industry, and in all these cooperations, we ask students to participate and learning from this experience. So I would say if I could learn data science again, I would send my children here to Zwickau at this course and learn from the very first day, take the opportunity from the very first day, take benefit from these cooperations, working on real life projects. And I see this from our students here when they came back from their internship. They say they are good prepared for the real world problems, and actually it makes me very happy that we could found such a nice class here in Zwickau.
Okay. So for all the attendees who want to experience how Professor Espig is streaming data science, you have to study at Zwickau. Professor Reiter, what is your dreams? How would you do your studies again if you could turn back the clock?
Yeah, of course, today the data science, AI, machine learning are the keywords that will more or less heavily determine our future. And I think it is a very interesting challenge to get down to the basics of it and really understand how everything works. How can we describe and predict it using mathematics? And so many important factors have already been named by my colleagues here in this discussion board. Of course, it is important to concentrate on the program, on your studies, to work hard, to look for internship opportunities, to also look whether you can do some volunteering work. Here I would like to mention once more the Student Council. Yeah, so it's an important factor for our department that students get involved. They participate in many faculty boards where we are in charge of deciding on study programs and exams, but also to help other students just getting along with the programs and organizing social life. So that is a part. But what I found important when I was a student, and which is also, I think, extremely relevant for programs today, is so in order to be successful either in mathematics or data science and many other fields, these programs are not necessarily only made for lone warriors. In fact, form a group, look for people you like, you would like to work together with, and you're not alone. So forming a group can be very substantial for the success of your studies.
Professor Reiter, Professor Espig, Miss Sophie Oelsch, thank you so much for your sharing, for your time. And we'll hopefully see now many students from Taiwan and from India and from other countries arriving in Chemnitz, in Zwickau, and experiencing what and how sexy data science and mathematics is. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Goldberg, for the organization. Thank you very much. It was very, very pleasant. Thank you.